There are 3 things that you need to be able to change to walk like Jesus walked, but not only that, but to live out the plans that he has for you. So number 1 is going to be to completely stop talking. And what does that mean? Well, over the past while now, after creating videos more inconsistently, and also just thinking back to how many times I have bragged about or elevated myself in a social situation by just speaking about what I'm doing, about the goals I want to accomplish, about where I want to be. And it's okay. It's completely okay to trust that you can go somewhere, that you can lock in on something and actually achieve those goals. But a lot of times when you verbalize that in a social situation, not only does it lower your status, but it on top of that, because that's not the true reason why we should stop, but the true reason why we should stop just speaking about ourselves, speaking about what we're doing, speaking about our discipline, speaking about all these things, is that it actually hinders us from doing it, from actually achieving what we're even talking about. I found over the past few months, the more I talked about doing something, the less I actually did that thing. Literally. Especially when it wasn't these videos, when it was in person, when it was with other people. Because a lot of times when you're speaking about these things, you're seeking for approval through talking about those things. And then your mind actually, there's a study done, and your mind actually registers those things that you're talking about, those achievements or those habits, like you're doing them right then. And so you actually get a burst of dopamine just by talking about it. And what does this do? Well, your brain doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, right? And so right when you're talking about it, you're actually imagining those things happening, right? Like, I've been going to the gym 6 days a week, or like, I'm going to hit the gym tomorrow. So you start thinking about it. Okay, great that you're thinking about it, but you're literally achieving it in your head while not even doing. And so the act of just doing and working with your hands and staying faithful, that is something that Jesus would actually do. He would just go out and do. He would go out and execute. Do the things that he knows he needs to do. Not talk about it, but live it out. Literally live out your walk with Jesus, live out the things, the disciplines of a Christian man, and you will see others impacted without you having to speak about those things. Later on, you can speak about it, and the best thing to do is speak about the journey, but never elevate yourself when you are speaking about those things. I think it's a very fine line, and also there's kind of this gray zone of where does it become a trap? But you have to examine in yourself when it does become a trap of selfishness and of pride. Now, the second thing is serve others above self. Serve others above self. As soon as I started living like Jesus and serving others more than myself, caring about others more than myself in a social situation, literally putting somebody first. This could be opening a door for them. This could be going to the back of the line on purpose when you're lining up to eat all together, or to do something. I don't know, whatever it is. You're at a fair and you're going to go on a ride and you decide to let somebody in front of you. It's all these little gestures that you can do to say, you are of more value than me. I'm going to elevate you, because Christ is going to elevate you in the long run. And that's not why you're doing it, right? The heart posture has to be out of love for other people. But how much more would your life feel fulfilling if you were able to just give freely? I literally make these videos. I'm not even being paid by making these videos. I'm not even monetized, right? But I don't care. That doesn't matter, right? Because you and your progress with Jesus personally is more important than any amount of money that I can make, right? If one person was completely changed by these videos, all of it would be worth it. And that's what I firmly believe. And so how can you start thinking about how to serve others more than yourself? And I want to encourage you with this as well, is that you will be given back to. You will be given back to. More than double what you give away. And it might not be in like money. Let's say you're like, okay, I'm gonna donate to this organization with my 10% tithe this month, right? You need to be tithing. That is something that Christ has called us to do. But you're like, I'm going to honor God with my first fruits and give away. And you're like, okay, he's gonna give me double the money next month. No, that's not true, man. That's not like a good way to look at things. What I want you to think about is, what opportunities is God going to provide through me giving freely? So giving with your money, giving with your time, giving with your gifts that God has given you. How is he going to give back to you? And ultimately, by giving back to you, he's just giving you more energy to serve him in a greater way. Literally. So God has given me more joy to create these videos, right? And so then I can just continue to create videos. The more I create videos, the more people I see inspired, right? And the more lives are changed. And just through that, he's literally giving back to me, because I love other people. And something as small as just a comment below is enough for me to create another video, right? And so it doesn't matter how he's going to give back to you, and that also should not be the heart posture. But I want that to encourage you in giving, in serving others above self. So we've already went through 1 and 2. The first one, so you can remember, stop talking about yourself, stop putting yourself so high. The second that we just went over, serve others above self. And now the third, the final one, is do the opposite of the modern day man. Do the opposite of the modern day man. What does that mean? Well, almost every single thing that the modern day man is displaying is wrong, right? The way we're supposed to treat girls to get them, right? Guys just want to go out and pick up a girl. Is that what Christ did? Is that what Christ commands us to do? No, not at all. Like, we don't need pickup lines. We don't need all this pickup artistry stuff. We don't need any of it. What else? Well, how the modern day man spends his time, right? Time wasters. We are time wasters nowadays. But what did Jesus do? Well, he gave as much of his time back to God, right? And he served him. He spent his time learning, growing up. So maybe you're young. Growing up, he spent his time learning in the temple, right? Him, God, but fully man, had to go into the temple. And he decided to learn. He decided to find mentors, which were the priests. How powerful is that? If you just went out and found men, godly men, who want to pursue Christ alongside you and walk with you in a relationship with the Lord, and help you learn how to honor God with your money, how to honor God with your body, right? This goes on to the next thing. Our bodies are a temple, right? Our bodies are a temple. But the world takes that and they say, okay, I'm going to make it an idol, right? Like we post our bodies all over the place and we're like, look how strong my biceps are and stuff. Like, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of myself for the workouts I've done because, like, I've literally honored God with it, right? Sometimes I haven't, and that's why I just kind of, like, actually, it took a second to think, like, man, I still have messed up. And that's the truth, too, is that you're never going to be perfect. You're going to mess up when thinking about these things. But the world idolizes your body, but you need to think about your body as a temple for the Lord, honoring Christ every single day. Same for money. We put it as an idol. These modern day men, they're like, go out and seek business, seek entrepreneurship. There's this whole wave going around of guys like, just need to start a business and make $1 million. Like, hit that $1 million and get the Porsche 911. Why? What's the point? It's all gonna fade away anyways. So what truly matters? What truly matters to Jesus? And that's going to actually make it truly matter to you. So to me, the most valuable worldly things, right, is to be able to settle down in a home with a wife and kids, right? I was just reading Psalms 126, I think it is. That's the chapter. And it talks about how blessed is the man who, like an archer, fills his quiver with children. That's literally what it talks about. It talks about children as arrows, as literal arrows, and that the man, right, the godly man is able to launch his children out into the world, right, to be lights into the world. And that's what it made me think about, is like, oh my goodness, that's the ultimate goal, is to have a legacy, right? That's what all of us godly men want. And so seek having a legacy through pursuing what Christ would do rather than what a modern day man would do. I hope that all of these things help you. You need to stop talking. You need to stop putting yourself on a pedestal. You need to serve others above self, even if it's just choosing to open a door or do these little acts of kindness to be able to build this thought and heart posture inside of yourself. And then the third thing is do basically almost every single opposite thing that a modern day man would do, and seek the kingdom of God first, and all of these things will be added to you. I hope that you have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, Aiden out.